Hey, I'm Dan Gonzalez. I'm a product specialist at Cakewalk, and I want to show you a little bit about what's going on in Sonar Platinum right here at NAMM 2015. So if you come on over here, I can show you a little bit about the new features that are going on inside of the product. First one I want to go over is the new control bar enhancements. So in Sonar X3, what we've done is Sonar Platinum, I should say, what we've done is enhanced what Sonar X3 had. So now inside of Sonar Platinum, you can actually scroll along the control bar here using your mouse wheel, or you can use these arrows back and forth to actually go and move from module to module and access all those high-level functions in Sonar Platinum that everybody really loves. One of the biggest gripes with the control bar before was that it wasn't easy to move modules around, but we've changed that now, and you can actually very easily move modules around, resize them, and do a bunch of other different things. So if you right-click on the control bar menu, you'll see we have a Resize All function. What this does, if you set it to auto, it will resize all of your modules in the order they are, but it will resize them from right to left. So anything over here, you'll see that they'll get completely minimized, and they'll pop up underneath if you hover over them. Over here, we have medium-sized views of the modules now, and over here, we have the regular-sized views, and some of them are a little bit more updated. Other than that, you can also lock the order and keep it and save it, and it is the same across all your projects. So another thing you might have seen here, we have a brand new feature in here called the custom module. What it is kind of like a macro for all of like the buttons in Sonar that maybe you can't access in one click. So for instance, file, save as, there's no macro for that when you first start up Sonar, but you can assign it by right-clicking, going to the menu options and finding it in here and clicking it, and then it saves right there, and you can click on save as and it pops it right open. You can do that with pretty much any of these 9 banks and just about with any single module that's inside of Sonar. So any function, I should say. The next feature I wanted to show you was Mix Recall, and it's this module right here. The way Mix Recall works is it saves scenes of your mixes. So you can work on a mix and then you don't really like the way it sounds, so you save it as first attempt, then you move on to your next mix. You save that one as your second attempt. Here, I've got a perfect example of some real life situations where you might need multiple mixes. I've got a stereo mix, then I've got a mono mix, and when I switch that, it analyzes all the changes that were saved in that scene, and it switches them to all be in mono. You can see here that all these are now switched to mono. I've got the channel tools plugin, summing everything to mono. If I switch back to stereo mix, you'll see how everything changes. So notice how all the faders changed. Notice how all the pan pots, all the effects are moving around. And then what happens is the channel tools plugin is actually deactivated, and it no longer is working right now. So it's kind of one of those things where it saves effects, parameters, automation, all that stuff. In here I have a bunch of other ones like I have my mix crushed. I have different types of kits all over the place. It's a really killer functionality. The next one I want to show you is the pattern tool. So what the pattern tool is it's kind of like a copy and paste function, but it's way quicker than that. So if you're inside of your MIDI piano roll view here, what you can do is you can grab any pattern using the pattern tool, which is right inside of your draw tool, lasso a pattern, and then you can just draw it anywhere. You can lasso this drum pattern if you want. I can move down here, and I could draw it down here if I wanted to. You can go into the track view, and you can split off maybe this section right here, click on it, and you can paint it over here. And what's even better is that inside of our media browser, if you go to our MIDI groove clips, you can select clips from the media browser and draw them in without importing them. So if I grab like a rock loop here with the pattern tool that I have enabled, I can just draw that pattern tool right in here. And that's that pattern. Draw another pattern on top of that, and then maybe another pattern on top of that, and then we can bounce the whole thing. And there's our pattern. We got another one, and then we can do the same thing. We can grab it, and so on and so forth. Now, the last feature I wanted to show you is Vocal Sync. It's brand new technology developed by Cakewalk. What it does is it syncs 2 audio streams together, 2 vocal audio streams together. It's great for ADR if you're trying to match your dialogue to a picture, or if you want to sync together 2 vocal leads, or if you wanted to sync backing tracks to like a vocal lead. I'll show you how that works. So check this out. Inside of this project, I've got this vocal track that's a little weird. I'll just solo this out for you, and let's see if you can hear this.
There are
turn that down.
There are things you know and things you think you know.
Right there, in the words you know.
There are things you know and things you think you know.
You hear flamming, right? So what Vocal Sync does is it's going to analyze these two streams of audio and sync them together. So let me just get back to vocals. It's right here. What you do is you simply highlight the part you like, make it a Vocal Sync track. The Vocal Sync knob appears. You adjust it to your liking, then you render it, and all of a sudden, you're left with a synced audio track.
And things you think you know. There are things you know and things you think you know.
Back up.
And things you think you know.
With it on.
And things you think you know.
And it's perfectly in sync. So those are some of the cool new features inside of Sonar Platinum. There's Sonar Professional and Sonar Artist, and I want to thank StreamWorks Audio for putting this together.